Beneath a deep blue night sky, a young child named Elliot sat curled in a patchwork blanket by their bedroom window. Beyond the glass, the lonely street shimmered in pools of lamplight, crisp shadows stretching like the arms of dreaming trees. The familiar hush of home surrounded Elliot, a ticking clock, the hum of the heating pipes, the distant laughter of parents in the kitchen. Yet, despite all warmth and safety, something tugged gently at Elliot's heart, a faint sound that did not belong. It was soft, like a sigh, drifting from the end of the driveway. Elliot's breath caught as they peered out, past the hedges and the old mailbox crouched in darkness. A strange pale glow danced behind the curtains of the empty house across the lane. Curiosity flickered, not with fear but a gentle wonder. Elliot hesitated, and then, drawn by the call only a child would truly hear, slipped their feet into slippers, grabbed their flashlight, and crept toward the unknown. Outside, the air was cool and crisp, scented with rain-washed pavement and quiet secrets. Elliot's house glowed softly behind them as they padded down the path, the beam of their flashlight quivering on slick asphalt. Every step deepened the mystery. Shadows stretched and recoiled, a cat darted across a puddle, and the trees creaked in the breeze like nervous sentries. The empty house loomed ahead, its windows coldly aglow with bluish light. As Elliot reached the gate, they paused, not out of fright, but to listen. From inside drifted a hush, then the faintest, most peculiar melody, as if someone were tuning a forgotten piano. Elliot's heart beat with curiosity. Lifting the latch, they crept up the porch steps, each footfall muffled by moss. The door was ajar. Within the shadowy hall, patterns of lamplight and darkness quivered together, a stage set for a gentle adventure. Inside the house, time seemed suspended. Elliot's flashlight sliced through dust motes, illuminating scraps of faded wallpaper and half-forgotten memories, a raincoat hanging by the door, shoes abandoned in a row, a mirror reflecting only shadows. The music grew clearer, a tune woven of hope and longing, played on unseen keys. Carefully, Elliot tiptoed down the hall, guided by scent of wood and the glimmer of light trailing under a door at the end. In the living room, rain flickered across the tall windows. On the mantel, a collection of tiny glass animals sparkled in the lamplight, casting delicate shadows that danced around the room. Elliot reached out and gently picked up a glass fox, marveling at how it shimmered. Suddenly, behind a velvet chair, a sound, a soft scuffle, then a polite cough. Elliot blinked. There stood a wise, trench-coated cat, amber eyes aglow, with a tiny detective's notepad in paw. "I have been expecting you," the cat whispered, voice warm as midnight cocoa. "We need help finding the missing star." Elliot, awed and delighted, nodded solemnly. Together, the pair began their search. Detective Whiskers, as the cat introduced himself, explained in a hush, "A piece of starlight has gone missing from this house. I have searched the study and the pantry, but only a gentle-hearted explorer can find what is truly lost." With that, Elliot spotted a trail of shimmering paw prints across the floor, sparkling faintly each time the lightning flickered outside. The journey led through silent corridors and forgotten rooms, each filled with its own quiet mystery. In the study, puzzles waited to be solved, their solutions revealed only through kindness. A jam jar stuck tight on a shelf, opened when Elliot hummed a lullaby, a clock that chimed only when held by gentle hands. In the hallway, Detective Whiskers leapt onto a stack of old newspapers, gesturing Elliot to read. In the faded headlines, Elliot noticed a small riddle. What shines brightest when shared? Elliot thought deeply, then whispered, "A wish." The cat smiled, and a secret panel slid quietly open, revealing a winding staircase bathed in pale blue glow. Elliot climbed the staircase, each step floating in a hush of anticipation. At the top, beneath the slanted ceiling of the attic, Elliot found a small, round window misted with rain. On the dusty floor sat an old music box next to a candle glowing golden and soft. The room was filled with the gentle chorus of raindrops. Detective Whiskers nudged Elliot forward. "If you open your heart and play the tune, perhaps the missing star will return." Elliot wound the music box. Its melody spun into the shadows. As the final note lingered, a glimmer appeared, a tiny fragment of starlight nestled behind the window. Carefully, Elliot cupped it in their hands. It shimmered with warmth, brighter and more beautiful than anything Elliot had seen. Detective Whiskers purred, eyes twinkling. "You found it, not because you searched hardest, but because your heart was open." Elliot felt the weight of gentle adventure and accomplishment settle in their chest, a glowing, safe, beautiful place. Elliot and Detective Whiskers carried the starlight gently down through the silent halls. They placed the shimmering fragment on the living room mantel, among the glass animals. Immediately, soft light filled the house, brushing shadows away and turning every corner tender and familiar. The piano's strange melody resolved into a gentle lullaby, one Elliot remembered from their earliest years. Detective Whiskers bowed politely, then, in a blink, was gone, leaving only a wisp of his scarf behind. Elliot felt a hush of gratitude, as if wrapped in the comfort of 1,000 sleepy arms. With a new lightness, Elliot let themselves out, closing the door soundlessly behind. Outside, the street was hushed and glistening in dawn's earliest promise. The empty house now seemed less mysterious, transformed by light not only on its walls but within Elliot's heart. Padding softly home, cradling Detective Whisker's scarf as a gentle token, Elliot slipped into their own warm bedroom just as the world began to lighten. The window, once so distant and full of questions, now glowed softly, the comforting beacon of a safe return. Elliot tucked themselves under the patchwork blanket, the city quietly brilliant outside, heart fluttering with glowing dreams. The world was still full of secrets, but for tonight everything was peaceful and safe and gently magical. In that hush, Elliot drifted, soothed and content, towards sleep.